Welcome to the Manifesting Twin Flame, a channel where you become empowered on your twin flame journey as a creator and a manifester and as a beautiful spiritual being. So my name is Rachel and I'm the owner of Reiki with Rachel, where I've done a lot of work with twin flames. And in this video, we are going to be talking about why your union hasn't grounded yet and what you can do to really ground in this energy. So recently in my twin flame healings, I am experiencing a lot of clients who are very connected in the 5D. They're having sexual experiences in the 5D. They're having conversations. They're very intuitively guided in the 5D. It's like they're together energetically and spiritually, and they're and they're being told by coaches and intuitives and cards and all this stuff, it's like time to ground it down. But they haven't been able to do it yet. So I wanted to create this video to give you very simple reasons and simple steps that you can take starting today to really begin to ground in this union. So before we go over that, I do want to tell you about a twin flame archetype quiz that I have. And so if you've watched a couple videos on here, I've mentioned it before, but I have channeled that there are multiple twin flame archetypes. And your key to grounding in union does have to deal with why you incarnated in this twin flame journey in the first place. And so the quiz is absolutely free, and you get a free healing and training video on how to use the information from your archetype to take the next steps towards union. So I'm going to link that below, and I'm going to assume that a lot of you already know your archetype and can apply this information as needed based on what your journey is. Okay, so let's get started. The first reason that I am seeing why grounding of unions hasn't happened yet is because twin flames have learned to expect union not to happen. They have gotten in an energy of knowing it's going to happen and feeling it and wanting it, but their expectation deep down is for it to be something in the future. So we have to shift this, okay? And the more people, and I'm coming to find this because we are this soul group, the more people who shift their beliefs about union and how possible it is in this moment, right here, right now, the more we're all going to be grounding in union. So every single individual who is watching this, the steps that you take is helping yourself, but it's also helping everybody else too. So thank you for that. We need to expect that union can happen right now. We need to expect that we can get a call, get a text message from our twin, go meet them for coffee, and it just be like freaking fireworks, and you've shifted and they've shifted, and it's like you're in this whole other reality where union has always been the thing. That is the energy that we need to embrace. So it's a good idea to examine your expectations. You know, do you kind of say to yourself, well, they're not going to call, they're going to keep going back to their old ways? Really be honest with yourself and don't allow those expectations or those beliefs to run the show any longer. So as of this moment, set the intention to expect union now, right now. And throughout the day, remind yourself of that. Visualize it. Feel it. Act as if. Be as if. Common law of attraction techniques, right? Acting as if, being as if. I'm sure you've heard of them before. How would you think, feel, and act if you were in union right now? How would you think, feel, and act about your partner, about your twin, if you were in union right now? How would they act? How would they behave? What would you believe about each other? What would you see in each other? What would you experience together? Ground that in now and continue to reaffirm and set the intention to expect union now. Just saying, no, when limiting beliefs come up, no, union's now. I expect it to come now. And in 5 days from now, if union hasn't come yet, you know what you're going to say anytime that limiting belief or doubt comes up? No, I expect union to be now, because Every single moment is where your power is. So if you give away that power in one moment, then you're on the timeline where union is not going to be grounded in now. But if in every single moment you learn to expect it to be now, you truly believe it, you shift your thoughts, you shift your mindset until expecting it feels true to your heart. The more you do that in every single moment, the more we are going to find that unions are being grounded in the here and now. Okay, so any doubts, any disbelief, if your mind or ego is arguing with me, if you're arguing with yourself or with me in your head right now, just know that's resistance. Okay? So let's move on to number 2. So number 2 is because you are still not seeing yourself or your partner in a divine, godlike way. Okay, so we are all divine. And often on twin flame journeys, we deal with a lot of shit. Okay, we deal with triggering, we deal with the mirroring, we deal with trauma, we deal with pain. And we still see our relationship, ourselves in that relationship, them in that relationship, and that dynamic through that perspective and that lens. So you don't want union if you're going to still carry that perspective into union. There's going to be, no matter how much you want it, if you're still coming from this this consciousness of lack or this focusing on what was, then you're going to carry that into union. And that's why you see with the twin flames the union and then separation and then reunion. And this year we're getting rid of all that shit. Okay, so if you're watching this video, we're done with that dynamic. Okay, done. So you have to really start to believe that. You really have to ground that into yourself. Okay, you have to view yourself and start to embody who you are meant to be. If you are part of the soulmate archetype, then you are grounding in this unconditional love, this unconditional worthiness for yourself, and you're viewing that partner, your partner, as a reflection of that unconditional love. You visualize them in your visualizations mirroring that unconditional love back to you, because that's what you're going to be manifesting the second that you take your power back and live in the now and live in what you're creating rather than living in what was. So I hope this is making sense. Like, you absolutely cannot carry your perception of who they were yesterday, 10 years ago. You cannot carry the perception that you've had of yourself that's been with limiting beliefs and not really standing in your divinity. You can't carry that into union. It's just not going to happen. You incarnated here for a reason. You incarnated here to be the fullest expression of your divinity, and so did they. And so if you want to ground in union, you start by doing it within your beliefs and with your perceptions. Okay, so when you think about them, and if they're doing things that you don't like, then you take a break from texting them, or you take a break from looking at their Facebook or looking at their Instagram. Anything that is reinforcing this old paradigm, this old perspective, this old belief, you take a break from it. And you use your energy and you use your power to shift into the perspective that you want to have of yourself and that you want to have of them, as if you were in union in this very moment. And that leads me to step number 3. And that is, I'm trying to think how to word this. Stop allowing yourself to be held back. Stop hiding in the shadows. Stop feeding into the doubts. Stop saying that you're going to start your business tomorrow, or you're going to start a healthy lifestyle tomorrow, or you're going to start, whatever you know. If you know that you can make the shift now, or if you can start making the shift now, in your own life and in your own habits and in your own patterns, stop holding yourself back from doing that. So I'm manifesting myself how I'm choosing to see myself how I truly am, how I'm being realigned with what I'm creating. But I used to be a person who really liked to put stuff off till tomorrow. And then tomorrow never really came, because tomorrow would come, but then there's always tomorrow, right? And what I realized, so I'll give you an example. A really big dynamic in my own partnership was I used to be really messy. I used to hate laundry. Laundry still is a thing. But anyway, and I kept saying, like, I'll get more organized, like, I'm trying, and it really was like a big block for me. But then I found Marie Kondo, and she like changed my life, my perspective, and I just like took a whole weekend. I got all my shit organized. And then once it was organized, then it was like way easier to stay organized. Now it's like a lot easier. Like, my house is always clean. I have a Roomba. My floors are always vacuumed. Like, it's really nice. But I had to stop saying, like, I'm trying. I want to be like this. I'm trying to be like this. Like, I don't know why. I just had to say, like, no, I'm devoting 3 days of my life to getting my shit organized. And then I'm going to figure out how I'm going to be organized moving forward. So if there's something that you can think of, like, within you that is part of your twin flame union. Like, if you visualize yourself in the future in union, if you are a person that wakes up at 6 o'clock and runs, and you're not waking up at 6 o'clock and running now, then you're going to start doing that. If you're an entrepreneur and in your vision, in your union, if you are part of like the power couple archetype, and you know that you're supposed to be a powerful manifester and, create all this empire, and you keep pushing it off because of indecision or doubt, then ground this energy in now, in some way. You don't have to make leaps. You can make steps, but there has to be some sort of decision that you're going to start grounding this energy in now. You're not going to hold yourself back. You're not going to allow old patterns or habits to hold you back any longer. And you are shifting. And that's really helps you embody the feeling that you would feel being in union. And that's what this is all about. So I give you steps, but you don't need steps. These are just tools. Everything that I give you in this channel are tools to really help you do what you were meant to do here, and help you expect and believe that union is possible. So again, number one, let go of the struggle. Let go of the expectation that you won't be in union, and begin to expect. Begin to expect in every single moment that you are in union. Number two, shift the perspective that you have of yourself, that you have with your twin or your specific person, into only ones that support union, into who you know that you're going to be in union. And step number three is to stop allowing things to hold you back. Stop holding yourself back. Be as if, act as if. Take one step today that is closer to that person that you visualize yourself being. Okay, so thank you so much for tuning in. Again, my name's Rachel. I do have very limited coaching and healing available, but I have amazing downloads that are very cost effective and available when I am all booked up. Also, the free archetype quiz and free archetype training for your twin flame union is below. I strongly encourage you to, it's completely free. So I strongly encourage you to take that. It's going to give you a lot more clarity. Please like, subscribe, and share. Help this message get out to everyone who needs it. And I'm sending you so much love and light. Talk with you next time.